Yeah, a little bit. All right. Good evening, and welcome back to the Mystic Syndicate and the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition homebrew campaign, The Ambassadors to the Barbarian Kings. I am your Dungeon Master, Brian Anderson, and with me, as always, are our intrepid adventurers. Folks, y'all want to do a quick not invite. Geez, why do I keep saying that? Introduction?
I am Shane, playing Cleric Apton, shit talker, and overall problem creator.
I am Kirsty, playing Athena, shifter, tank fighter.
Cool. Alrighty. So, looking at the screen, do you guys want me to zoom you in a little bit more now that Christy has a new camera, actually has a new computer and a new camera? If it would make you feel better, I will go in there and doctor it up a little bit. If not, we can proceed.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let me get in here. Sorry about this, folks, but every once in a while you have to make some quick adjustments.
It wouldn't be the Mystic Syndicate if it wasn't a little bit of technical difficulties early on.
Hey, it's what we do. It's our verb. We have technical difficulties, so
we do it so you don't have to.
That is true. Yeah, it could be worse. I mean, yeah, it could be a lot worse. So you get to see the inner workings of how we do stuff here. Yeah. Ain't that crazy? Yeah, let me just move your... Wow, you have like really light clothing, so it's not... They're really going to have a hard time seeing your name, but that's okay. Oh, do you have a blanket?
There you go.
Okay, that works. Alrighty, so I think we are good to go. Let's check.
You're gonna say I'm so pale-skinned that I look whitewashed.
Well, you do that too, but
yeah. Alrighty, so so definitely welcome back. And as always, we like to do a real quick recap from last week. Would any of you like to do the recap, or do you want me to jump into this?
I'll let you do it, since you know.
Okay. Well, last time that we were all together, our adventurers had made their way to the city of Amaorial, and there they met with Queen Zan, and was able to find lodgings at the Golden Hippogriff. And while they were there enjoying a sumptuous dinner, it seems as though there was a blast from the past which occurred. And digging back through Athena's distant memories, she recalled the night when her family was slain by barbarians. And it happened to be one of those very same men were in this particular tavern. And Apton, deciding that this was a good time to start some shit, he started some shit. And
excuse me, no, sir.
Excuse me?
Fate decided it was a good time.
Fate decided that this mousefolk cleric would make a scene, kind of, and get into a ruckus. The end result was the half giant or half Goliath was slain on the floor of the Golden Hippogriff, and our adventurers were arrested by the local guard and spent the night in jail. From there, they were brought before the Queen and the High Judge the next day and were questioned at length to their actions the night before. And now they are awaiting outside the actual royal court for the verdict. I think I covered it. Pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
We
good
need to
deal.
see if we get hunged.
Yeah, so that is the recap. Now, of course, before we always get started, we'd like to thank Anna B. Meyer for her beautiful online maps. And you can see that beautiful online map right now in the center of our screen. If you, I'm going to pull back on that just a little bit so you can get a good idea of the work that she does. It is absolutely beautiful, and we are very fortunate to have contact with Anna B. Meyer, and she has given us permission to use these beautiful maps. So, make sure that you get a chance to visit her. We have put the link to her site in the chat. And please, go over and take a look at her other work and visit her Patreon if you feel so inclined. Okay? Also like to give shout outs to the folks in chat who drop by here every week to make sure that our stream looks visible. And make sure that our sound is up to par. We definitely like to make sure that you can hear us and that we can see you in the chat. So, let us get started. So, you are sitting outside of the royal court. You're sitting on some hard wooden benches and you're being watched carefully by two elven guards. And you set out here for some time as you kind of figured that they are going over the evidence that was presented and also the statements that you gave. Is there anything that you wanted to do while you're sitting here contemplating what is to become of you?
Said I wanted to take a short rest so I could get that shifting back.
Well, we slept overnight.
Yeah.
No, you made me shift right there in front of the people.
Yes, we went into jail last night, and we slept in a jail cell.
And then we went before the court, and you told me to shift in court.
No, that was after, wasn't it?
No, that was just now.
I thought we ended with us going into jail for the night.
No, we ended right after they said, "All right, go out to the hall, and we will deliberate."
Oh, shit.
Yeah, did
So,
you actually
I'm gonna doze off. Yeah.
Yeah, did you shift?
told me
I believe you shifted at court.
Yeah, and he's like, because he said, shift, look, I had to deal with that. And I'm trying to prevent that. I wasn't going to attack, like, over the table. I was going to do it a lot more slyly, but he was like, go ahead and make sure that, she didn't go off the hinges. So I'm going to, like, kind of doze off to get my short rest back.
Okay, very good. All right, so while you set and nap, Apton, are you doing anything specific?
I mean, I'll write a chord in my head, but
Not much you can do.
I'll tell
Okay.
God. I'll tell Cord to reward my my fearless attack, my courage.
Okay. All right. So you actually spend some time in prayer while you reach out to Cord and try to, as you put together things in your mind, and you also kind of have a feeling that it might be a good idea to have some sort of something to say in case they ask you if there is anything else you needed to say in your defense before they pass judgment.
I mean, in all honesty, I can't think of anything else we might want to say because I explained that we did we let her do zone of truth on us. We said what we had to say. We said, "Do you really think we'd come over here and start shit for no other reason than to start shit?"
Okay.
And he's the one that started it. I only defended.
That is true. Okay, so very good. Alrighty, so it takes them actually close to about a half hour before the doors to the court are opened by the royal guard, the captain of the royal guard, and she beckons you all to once again come into the court. At this time, though, you see the queen, of course, is back on her throne. The high judge is there as well, and you also notice that there are two guards flanking him, which kind of gives you a feeling of unease. Both of them look very capable, and they have, instead of halberds, which normal guards here in the castle carry, they are carrying short swords, and they're wearing half plate. So you're thinking that's a little much.
The battle.
Yeah.
Is that what that was? Trial by battle?
Yeah, there you go.
So you are once again brought before the queen, and you are asked. The high judge rises from the chair that was brought to him, and he states, "The court has found a significant amount of evidence that you are guilty of this crime and infringement upon someone else's life in this realm. Is there anything you would like to say before I pass judgment?"
I was just defending myself. He came after me.
Is there a way of going? It's like, well, if you're gonna pass a death sentence, I'd rather have trial by combat.
Well, he didn't sentence us yet.
I know, that's the problem.
Right. And so was there anything else you wanted to say, or is that was just
I'm
a
gonna ask him if
contemplation?
he spoke with our fellow people from Chindle.
They said that they did, and that is going to also weigh heavily in your favor.
Okay.
Okay. So he brings out this parchment and he says, "We have found that since you are on a diplomatic mission, you are also knighted gentry, that we cannot rightfully and do not recommend death for this infringement. But in this case, Athena, you have been found not guilty of all charges. Apton, unfortunately, you have been found guilty of incitement. And so with that, you both have been charged and also are required to leave Amaorial as fast as you possibly can. Unfortunately, you will not be given any special treatment or any special equipment along your way, and you will not have any further escort from this court. So you must travel alone to your destination."
Were they going to give us an escort?
Not that I was aware of, but
Well, you were actually kind of thinking that maybe before the incident, you were in such you had such a good rapport with them that they were planning on probably providing you at least an escort to the north, as far as, let's go all the way up here, which was to Gildenhand, which is far to the north. Yes. Gildenhand is where you're supposed to meet up with the rangers there, who are going to take you into the Velvet Empire. So, At this time, the guards that are with the high judge leave their places, and they walk over to you, and you can see that they definitely mean business, and you are escorted from the court. And you soon find that you are outside. Your horses have been brought to you. The ones
The pack horses,
no,
or the ones that we swapped?
the ones that you swapped. They have, of course, bit and bridle and saddle. But as far as that goes, they have pretty much left you nothing else. And you, for the most part, have been banned from purchasing anything else in the city. You are marked as persona non grata. So there you
I'm
have
fine
it.
with that.
Okay. So these
Just
These-
be happy it's not Damien. That's
Yeah.
all I gotta say.
yeah. These guards also step into their saddles, and you are escorted to the north exit of this grand city, where you are pretty much cast out into the wilds beyond. And once again, you find yourself in the Vespi forest, in the deep, dark forest. And so at least you have this feeling that you escaped, and definitely the information that they got from Chendal, and they, of course, you're being knighted, definitely helped in a way. If you had probably been lesser down the social ladder, you might have had to do either trial by combat, or may have just been sentenced to either a long term in a very small cell, or maybe even slain. So you do count your lucky stars on that account. Hashtag worth it. That's nice. Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll just become friends with the big bad evil and then come back and overthrow this bitch.
Ah.
Oh,
Okay.
you want to be a bitch? Yes, queen, huh? Well, how do you like it?
So you are now along the road, and I need you to make a perception check. Stop metagaming.
Perception.
Okay, so Athena, you ended up with the 9. Apton, you realize as you are galloping away from this city that, if you remember, the night before you were pretty much stripped of your gear and belongings. You do have your weapon and you do have your armor, but it seems as though you have been stripped of your wealth.
Well, now that's a whole nother story.
Yeah. And that is same with you, Athena. You have actually no gold on you whatsoever.
Wait a minute, that's theft. Can't do that.
Taxation without representation.
Yeah.
Well, now we gotta go back and burn the whole fucking town down. Brian, did you say you wanted to run an evil campaign?
No, I just got done with one of the, I'm just finishing up one of those here in here locally.
Ready for another?
So we have absolutely no gold.
Yes, you now find that you are destitute. All you have
Well,
is
How are we
the
supposed to do our diplomatic mission when they took all of the stuff that was supposed to be supporting us on that diplomatic mission?
I do
Now
not
I'm just
have-
gonna have to rob every fucking cart on the way there. These elves have to realize there's consequences.
Well, guess we're gonna have more people asking wrong questions.
You're going to be stacking bodies along the way.
Making an army, baby.
Army of
Darkness. You like this punishment?
what was it?
Thank you,
Zombies
Ricky.
behind you?
I'm sorry? Just an army of zombies behind him?
Mm-hmm. All hail the king, baby.
Okay, so end result is that you all are along this dark and winding road as it travels further and further north.
Right.
You now are kind of contemplating what is going to become of you, but you also have this very strange feeling that it just doesn't make sense that they would strip you of your wealth. You're wondering if maybe you truly were robbed, but you're not really too sure how or why they would do this to you. So you're kind of you're left wondering. You're also left very concerned about what is to become of you. You do realize, though, that you have been pretty fortunate about how money has worked thus far. So you kind of figure that once you're in Guild in Hand, probably lodgings have already been secured for you. You already know that the rangers that you're meeting have already been paid. So at least you have that. You do have some rations with you, at least a week's worth. And you do have your water and wine skins. So, yeah, you're kind of roughing it, but at least you're not defenseless, and you have at least food and water to get you at least a little bit further.
Do we still have all of our papers, diplomatic stuff, whatnot?
Yes. Yeah, you have all of your documentation. All of that was definitely left to you.
At what point did they take everything away?
You're not really too sure. Well, okay. Well, when they took it, when you were apprehended the night before, you were stripped of everything, even your weapons, and you were and placed in the cells.
So then they gave it back to us right before we left Stan's money.
Yeah, what they did was everything was packed in saddlebags on your horses. You were told to get on your horses and pretty much get out of town.
Yeah, I will definitely be bringing Hellfire down once we've finished what we had to finish.
Yeah, it's going to be a bad Yelp review for Amaorial.
Oh, it's gonna be a little worse than that. Wait till I get those real fun spells, Brian. Wait till I get those real fun spells.
Might wipe Amaorial off the map.
Might be called Apton Reel.
All right, so so you continue along your way and up these roads, and of course it's dark, and luckily for you, Apton, unfortunately not having night vision, you are kind of being led along by Athena, who does, and
Get a lantern.
said even during and of course you can light a lantern if you would like, which is fine if you decide to do so.
Save the lantern, though. I mean, we're just following a path, right?
Yeah, you're actually following a stone road. That it's not like you are in. And of course the forest on either side of you is very dense, and the canopy overhead once again is shielding all light from the sun above. At least you do realize that it is daytime, but with such deep cover of the canopy leaves above you,
Pardonnez-moi. Quick intermission.
Oh, sure, of course. Well, while we are doing this quick intermission, folks, make sure that you drop by and see us on Wednesday night. Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be playing some Phasmophobia with friends. And so make sure to drop by.
They
Join.
stole my idea for updating.
Oh, I saw. I was kind of wondering if it was yours or not. I was like, damn.
Ricky texted me earlier today, and he's like, "They beat you to it." I'm like, "Oh."
But yeah, so
It looks really nice, though.
It does.
I do have to admit.
So yeah, so definitely come out and visit us on Wednesday night. We also play Phasmophobia on Friday evenings, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. So come on out, and if we have an open spot and you can jump in a timely manner, you are always welcome to join as we hunt ghosts and get murdered in the asylum or the prison or the high school or somebody.
Gene was getting murdered in the regular house.
Or somebody's house. Yeah, because we love getting killed in people's bedrooms. So, yeah, make sure to come on out and watch us do that. All right, looks like Apton is back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, very good. So, okay. You can hear that those daytime sounds that you had normally heard before are definitely present, and so that is how you're able to determine if it is daylight or nighttime. You continue to travel along this lonely road, stopping every once in a while for just a quick bite, and you pass no one, and you see no signs of life. But every once in a while you see a heavily worn footpath that sort of branches off, and you're thinking it's either maybe a path that rangers may have cut or taken, or it could actually just be an animal trail, maybe deer, elk, creatures like that. Sometimes as you're walking or riding along, you hear the cries of animals meeting their demise by creatures of prey, raptors, or not raptors as in like...
You got dinosaurs?
Velociraptors. No.
When did this turn into Ark?
No. More like owls and birds of prey. Things like that. No, you're not. You're not going to be like surrounded by velociraptors and torn apart. Which, wow, that would really, Here we are at episode 24, and this is where they died. That would be pretty sad.
I'm ready to meet my demise.
Yeah, but then you won't be able to get your revenge against the people of Amaorial.
Brian, I'm secretly a lich.
Secretly. Chord's only lich? Is that what you're saying? Okay. So, as it starts getting closer and closer to evening. Yeah, I'm sorry?
No, Christy was asking a question unmuted.
Oh, okay. As you get closer and closer to the evening, I want you to make a perception check.
Let's see if I can be perceptive again. Double 18s. Oh, triple 18s.
Wow. You guys are 18ing it out. Okay, very good. So, in the distance, you can actually see, it looks as though someone is walking down the path carrying a lantern or some sort of light source as it swings to and fro, kind of being held out in front of them. Which is pretty interesting. And I'm going to go ahead and switch over to our...
Do you want to keep going, or do you want to get off the path and hide?
Yeah, what would you like to do?
Rob the cart for goods?
To get off the path and hide?
No. Just keep moving forward.
Okay. So I am going to share the screen with our folks in chat, and then I'm going to share it with you guys. Because unlike last time where I forgot to do that, and you all are like going, hey, where's the map?
Where's the place so I can start shit?
That's right. Where is that magical place where you can start shit? Okay. And so as you get closer and closer, you realize that it is a solitary being. And I need you to make perception checks once again.
What if he's another god in disguise?
Athena, you do not actually... You don't really pay much attention to this person. You're just kind of like, okay, it's probably just a lone traveler, maybe somebody who's lost, or maybe somebody whose horse had thrown a shoe or something, or maybe even their card had broke. Apton, though, you take a very, very close look at this creature and realize this is the man that you slayed along the road. This is the Revenant. And as you realize this, I need you to make a wisdom save.
Of us.
For it is going to use its vengeful glare upon you.
Is this against being frightened?
It is... well, let me tell you a little bit about it. And I will... Actually, I think I can put it in the chat for you to take a look at it and see what you think. Oh, no, that was not the way to do it. Hold on 1 minute. I thought there was a really cool way of doing this, but I guess not. I shall paste it upon the... There you go. Vengeful glare.
I mean, it says that it would make me frightened after it ends, so I would guess it has to do with being frightened.
Well, if you can't be frightened, then the...
Well, it says I get advantage on wisdom saving throws against being frightened.
Right.
Up to you.
Okay. So I'm thinking that, you would get... if you get advantage, that's fine. Okay, so you roll a 26. That is perfect, and yeah, so it does not actually affect you in any way, shape, or form. But you now see it as it. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but this is a scene that I always like to go to, especially with a Revenant. Is that one scene where Donald Sutherland is in the what was it, the invasion of the body snatchers, when it's at the very end of the movie and he just points at the one person who was not body snatched, so to speak, and does that horrible howling sort of noise with his eyes like this. So let's roll some initiative and let's see where we go with this. Because we all like initiatives.
Technically, I have to fight.
I guess you could be a bitch.
Remember to click on your icons when you're rolling your initiative.
Fudge.
Damn it, Chrissy.
Try again. Did I do it?
That did it.
You beat me.
Very nice. It looks good. All right. So, Athena, you are up at the top. What is it?
Do I know yet?
I'm sorry?
Do I know yet if it's the Revenant?
No, you're not really too sure what this thing is. You just see it do that strange pointing thing and go, like that.
Well, that's a bit creepy.
It sounds like one of the ghosts from Phasmophobia. It's like,
He wants to suck my butt.
so.
So now look at Apton and say, now what'd you do?
I did nothing recently, besides the bar fight.
So if I hold my turn, do I get to do it whenever I want, or I just skip my turn?
If you hold your turn, you will have to take it before the end of this round.
Okay. Well,
'Cause
I'll
like-
hold my turn to see
yeah.
what's going on, because
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, because you're not really too sure what this is, and at the time that that Apton actually killed that traveling person, you didn't really get a good look at them anyway, so you're not really too sure. And of course, this has been many weeks, and so after a while, a dead body, even in the form of a revenant, can look a little disheveled. Probably is that the best way to put it. So, Apton, what are you going to do? Other than lick your fingers.
It's chicken.
It's chicken, damn it.
I'm gonna ask him. Do we need to do this now?
Unfortunately, it doesn't answer you. It just starts to it is continuing that horrid sound, which literally chills you to the bone hearing it. And it doesn't seem that it wants to chat. It really just wants to exact its revenge upon you.
To me, like it just wants to yell at him.
Well, that's because it's not the Revenant's turn yet.
I know.
How far away is he from me? Snap center. Boop, 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 doop, doop. I'm going to go ahead and cast Guardian Spirits.
Okay.
Actually, isn't there storms around, right?
No, and you're not you don't believe so.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and click that, and I will do Spirit Guardians. Cast. It's probably going to roll for damage, which isn't going to count. Yeah, doesn't count for damage. But I get a 20-foot radius on me. If he starts in that turn, why is my mouse not working? Weird. If he starts within 20 feet of me or moves into 20 feet, he has to make a DC 16 Wisdom save or take damage.
Okay. Alrighty. So you cast that, and are you going to go ahead and put your aura up where that shows
I'm trying.
that?
Oh, good God! Come on.
Are you okay?
Yeah, yeah. I did not have the correct clicky activated.
Right.
I still had the directional.
Ah, okay. So yeah. So actually, he is going to start his turn inside that. So he needs to make a wisdom save.
DC 16. Yep.
Okay. So let's make sure we do that. Got a 14. So he takes how much damage?
He takes 12.
Okay. Very good. Alrighty. So at this time, he is actually going to advance. He drops his light source because you're not really you're kind of figuring this undead creature probably wouldn't even need one, and he rushes you. And he makes his move up here, and as you see, so he's flailing his arms in such a way that it looks as though he's trying to, or maybe inadvertently, spook your horses. So I need to roll your horses to see if they are able to. Now remember, these are not war horses, so it's not like they're going to rear up and try to strike. They're probably going to try to rear up and flee. So I need both of you to make a animal handling check. DC is 15. Wow. Okay, so you were able to keep on your horses and keep them stable enough that that his assault is it does not spook the horses. Of course, he still does get an attack, and he is going to attempt to strike at you, Apton. If he does, Athena, you will get an attack of opportunity.
Yep.
Okay, so let us see how this works out. He can only, okay, so yeah, he only has fist attacks. He doesn't actually have a weapon. So his attack is a 25. Oh, did I hit the wrong one? No, that was a fist attack. Okay, cool. DC 14 to escape save. He is not trying to grapple you, so you don't need to worry about that. But he will hit you for, he has multi-attack. But he can only attack once when he rushes. So you take 12 points of damage, Apton. And,
Okay.
yeah.
I will
You have 12 points of damage to take?
have 39 health. Yes.
Oh, okay.
The fuck. And when he does this, I will use Wrath of Storm.
Okay.
He hit me, so he has to roll a Dexterity savings throw, DC 16,
Okay.
or he will take 2d8 lightning damage.
And he rolled a 16.
That dick.
That's...
But he takes half damage on success.
Okay. Half damage on success. So what was the damage? 8, so you'll take 4?
8, so 4.
Okay.
Wow, that was minimum damage.
Did my 17 hit?
It does hit.
Nice. Alright, let me see for damage.
10? Okay. Very good.
You get for attacking my friend. Alright,
Okay.
so now that I know he's an enemy,
Mm-hmm.
I can take my first turn, right?
Yes.
Because now he's also closer,
Yes.
which is another reason why I waited.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you have any ability to fight from horseback?
Do I have to use one of my motions to get off the horse?
That would be a move, but it would only be a 5-foot step.
Well, I don't have any special
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if
that
you had
says,
like a
oh,
mind.
you're skilled on horseback.
Yeah, so you're probably not. So, while you're trying to find a good place to attack, that would, I mean, it's totally up to you. You can go ahead and try to attack from horseback, but you will take being that you have no specialty in mounted combat, you will take a -1
A -1?
to hit.
Oh, psh.
At least
I'll take
at least it's not disadvantage.
Yeah, I'll take that -1. We'll see if it works.
Sure you will.
Ready?
Uh-huh. That'll hit. And so you do 11 damage.
Yep, but I get to hit again.
Okay. Okay. That'll hit.
We're doing good today.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good. All right. Apton, what are you doing?
Well, wait, wouldn't it be my turn again?
Do you have 3 attacks?
No, but that was from my first turn that I said I was going to hold.
Oh. Wow. Okay. Yeah,
I
you
think
didn't.
technically
Yeah.
you move to the end of the turn order,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
but that's up to Brian if he wants to do it that way.
Yeah. That's probably. Yeah. That's actually what would happen.
Okay, then
Yeah.
I'll just move to the end of turn order.
Okay. Alrighty. So, Apton, what are you doing?
Eating chicken.
Other than
So let me see something.
Well, you can go ahead and also roll for your spirit guardians. So he needs to make a wisdom save
Well, I think it's
on his turn.
His turn.
when you
Oh,
cast a
that's
spell,
true.
you designate an effective creature speed is half, so his speed's actually half.
Holy
The first time on a turn or starts its turn there.
Mhm.
So it won't take effect until it's his turn.
Okay, that's fine. All right. So what you
What are
going to
those?
do?
I will use Word of Radiance.
Okay.
He has to make a Constitution savings throw 16.
Okay. And he made a
Motherfucker.
20.
Um,
Okay.
well, that sucks. All right, no, that's kind of my turn.
Okay. So he needs to make a wisdom savings throw for the spirit guardians.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You only got an 11.
So he will take 2d8 points of damage. Let's roll that. Where is it? Spirit Guardians. Oh, it's 3d8.
Nice. But as he takes this damage, and you can see that it's actually tearing into him, these spirit guardians. Once they pass, you see him, and he looks back at you, and once again attempts to use his glare attack, and you see that he is actually he actually looks a little bit better. You believe that he has some sort of regenerational properties.
That bastard.
And you need to go ahead and make your DC 15 wisdom savings throw. Very good. Okay, you're good. And I believe you get advantage on fear.
Yep.
Okay, so go ahead and well, no, you made it, so you don't have to worry about doing that. All right, very good. So this time he is going to attack you again, and he is. Let's see how that works. Yep. Okay. So that is 2 fist attacks. 13 and a 13 for the first one. Is that a hit?
13 does not hit.
Good. All right. And the second attack is another 13. So you escape both of those.
Woo.
Yeah. But I need you to make a... on the second attack, he is trying to grab you off of your horse as he strikes. So I need you to make a DC 14 reflex. Nice. So you are able to matrix move your way away from this guy, this monster's flailing fists. And it looks as though we are back up at the top of the initiative. Athena, what are you going to do? Oh, that's right. You were you went down to the bottom of the thing for your held attack. 15, that'll hit.
14?
I thought it was 15.
Yeah, I'm still on horseback, though.
Oh, yes. Okay, good. Yeah, it hits. All right, nice damage. Okay. And unfortunately, that will not hit. Okie dokie. Didn't you? Weren't you holding yours from one of the other rounds? You can go ahead and take that if you would like.
Wait, what?
What?
No, she held her turn,
Oh,
the
okay.
first turn, which put her last in order.
Okay.
So then at the top of the order, now it's me.
Okay. So it is now your turn, Apton.
It shouldn't be, but... Hold on 1 second, please.
Sure.
Apparently, garlic parmesan is too spicy for her.
Oh. Okay.
So for my turn, I will do... I will cast... I don't want to burn through spells, man. Let's see here. I will use guiding bolt. So it's +8 to hit.
Okay.
And I believe it's against touch AC.
Okay.
No, it's not against touch AC.
Alrighty.
So does 15 hit?
That'll hit.
Okay.
Nice.
Holy shit. That's my damage? God damn.
You should be using that more often.
I know, I was like, that's my to hit, right? Where's the damage roll?
Okay, so you want to go ahead and he's going
It's
to...
not Sanctuary, Ricky. That's Guardians that I have up.
Yeah, Guardian, Spirit Guardians. Okay, so he's going to roll for his wisdom to see if he defeats your Spirit Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
And he does not. A 9?
Fucking low rolls,
Yeah,
man.
that's a pretty low. And matter of fact, his regeneration properties actually give him a
Net positive.
of 1.
Fucker.
Wow. So yeah, he is again going to try to attack you. So he is, of course, right now pawing at you as you're trying to keep away from him, and you can see this baleful glow coming from his eyes. This undead bluish light. And the first one, a 25 on the first one, doing 12 bludgeoning damage,
That'll hit.
and a 14 on the second. I don't think 14 hits you though.
Negative.
Negatory. Very good. So yeah, very good. Okay. Oh, and make a DC 14 reflex to escape him from dragging you from your horse.
Oh,
What?
yeah. Ricky just pointed out because he took radiant damage on my turn, he wouldn't get the health regeneration.
Ah. Okay. Let's see. Make sure.
That's also
Okay, rejuvenation. Okay, regeneration. Let's say. Okay, let's see. Regeneration. Okay, let me put that up on the thing here so we can make sure that we got this. Yeah, because unlike other undead, these are a little bit different. Let's see, 10 points to start of his turn, Revenant takes fire, or radiant damage. Okay, the trait doesn't function. Oh, very good. Okay, so it was radiant damage. Thank you very much. Yeah, for those folks. So I am going to reduce that to... because he did not get... yeah, okay, very good. We are back to normal here. All right. So did you make your escape? DC 14 reflex?
I did not.
Oh.
Well, I did not make.
You
the
didn't.
throw.
You haven't tried yet. Okay.
No.
So unfortunately, he now has you, and he is pulling you from your horse.
All right. Because he did hit me, I do want to do a Wrath of Storms for lightning damage.
Okay.
So he has to make a DC 16 Dex savings throw.
DC 16 Dex savings throw 15. So he takes some damage.
Yep.
Okay. How much are we looking at?
He takes 8.
8. Nice. Okay. Very good.
And because he attacked, Christina also gets the attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Athena, you want to go ahead and take that?
No, I meant yeah, as in do it.
Yeah. Okay, so that'll hit. And 14 damage. Very nice. I'm liking it. This creature is literally falling apart, but it is still coming at you. All right. So I think
manhandling me.
Yep. So I think we are up at the top once again. Athena, you want to go ahead and take your attacks? And that will miss, unfortunately. That will hit, though. And 13 damage. Okay, and so with that, you are able to strike down this creature. So it is now laying on the ground in front of you. And Apton is pulling its death-gripped hand away from his
Trying to
cloak.
diddle me.
Alrighty, so what would you like to do?
So we killed it. Yay.
Okay.
Did you hear, Christy?
I want to see if it's got any money on it.
Okay. So, yeah, you go ahead and dismount and start putting hands into pockets and things of that nature. And you are able to find a small pouch that has 15 gold and 25 silver in it.
Okay. I want to try and bring the body off the side of the road and try to bury it.
Okay.
And I will say a blessing over its body and apologize again for having to have slain it prematurely,
Mm-hmm.
removed its body from this mortal coil.
Okay. All right. So you take the time to go ahead and bury this creature, and you say your prayers over it, and once you finish, you do feel a little bit better about what is transpired.
Would I still feel better if I reanimated it?
Would you feel better if you reanimated it? I don't know if that's something that you feel that you must try to attempt.
Well, if he died as a revenant and he's going to come back possibly again, and I reanimate him and I have control over him, does that mean he can't attack me anymore? Is that how that works?
No, I think the soul finds a different body.
Aw, oh well.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to return us back to our beautiful
You
map.
said 15 gold and 25 silver?
Yeah, 15
Yes.
gold and 25 silver is what you find on the body of this revenant.
And I will go ahead and dab my brow, and I think I didn't take any damage, so I'll dab my brow for 1d6.
Okay. Very good. Yeah. So that's not too bad. So you are able to move along, and after you've buried this body, and and you proceed up this lonely, dark road once again, and you at the not too probably about another 2 or 3 hours along, you finally find yourself at this small. It's like a wide space in the road, and there is a house there, more like an inn. But it's small, and it doesn't look as though it is one of those types of places that it may or may not actually have lodging. So you are a little bit, but there is lights in the window. There are candles lit, and you feel that maybe this small dwelling may be a ranger's stop, or maybe just a place for someone to stop for the night, or maybe even to find some sort of sustenance.
Do we still hear the daytime animals, or is it the nighttime animals?
You're starting to hear less and less the nighttime animals, and start hearing like the sounds of peacocks and whippoorwills and owls.
Peacocks are goody.
So you want to see if we can stay for the night?
Yeah, might as well. Get
Let's
some
see if they've
sleep.
got food.
Okay. So as you make your way in, the door is unlocked, and once you walk
We
in,
knock, or is it one of those things that we could just walk in?
you're not really too sure. You just realize it's not like there's a sign outside.
Then we should probably knock.
Okay, so you're going to knock.
Yes.
All right, very good. So as
Surprise.
I'm sorry.
Surprise, bitch, it's a mimic.
It's a mimic the size of a house. That would suck. Okay, so you knock upon the door, and you can hear some shuffling inside. And in just a few moments, the door creaks open, but just a hair, and you see the face of this an elderly woman. Almost kind of has that like an Apple doll look to her, if you're familiar with Apple dolls. And she looks up with one good eye. The other eye is covered in the film of a cataract. Yeah, and she says, "Oh, welcome, welcome," as she opens the door to you, and inside you see This is actually just a house. But there are plenty of chairs, and there's also a very long table. And so you're thinking maybe she is a person who has that allows people to stay, maybe sort of like a little bed and breakfast away stop along this lonely path. And she has a cane, and she's wearing a robe, but it's not like it's not fancy or anything of that nature. It's actually very plain and kind of worn. And she wears a sort of not a peaked hat, but the hat is kind of, it has a small brim, and it does sort of flop over. Maybe more like a toque or something of that nature. It's got like little things. So
All of a toque.
and she says, "Yes, welcome, and come in. It's getting too cold outside." As it gets starting to get darker, you do realize that it is actually, the temperature is dropping a little bit at a time. So you come in, and she shuts the door gently behind you. And as soon as she does, you see that there is this extremely large dog sitting not too far away from this fireplace. As the fire licks up into the chimney, this dog lets out sort of a low growl at first, until you hear the old woman say, "Oh, Rufus, you need to be quiet. They're guests." And you see the dog sort of bark once, and then watching you, it settles back down in its spot. As you get closer and closer, and you realize that Rufus is probably a wolf. He looks to be very wolf-like, and so you're a little bit surprised. And she shows you to some overstuffed chairs that are near the fire, and Rufus is actually in between you. And she says, "Would you like some tea?"
Sure.
She's like, do you prefer honey or just plain?"
Honey, please.
"Okay, very good. Would you like something to eat? I just made some tarts."
That would be wonderful. Thank you.
So she wanders back into this kitchen area out of your sight. And you can hear a tea kettle being poured, and you are able to, you can hear a silver spoon rattling against china as she stirs your tea. And you, after a couple of, just a couple of minutes, she ends up walking back in, and she has a tray full of these beautiful tarts. Some are apples, some are peach, some are berries, like a mixed berry tart. Beautiful. And she has 2 cups of tea, and she places them down in a small table within your reach as you warm yourself by the fire. And you can see that Rufus is calmed down enough that he allows you to actually pet him.
Well, I'll leave that to Athena, because this wolf is probably bigger than I am.
Yes. Actually, you could probably use this dog as a mount.
Ooh. We're trained warg. I will ask the older lady and say, "And your name is, ma'am?"
She looks at you and says, "My name is Siriana." And she pulls up a chair right next to you. And she looks you over with her one good eye and says, "Ah, mouse folk, how rare. We don't see too many of you along the road here."
We've probably come and gone and been quiet about it.
Said, yes, I would believe that would be true. Interesting. She looks over at you, Athena, and says, and with this one good eye that she has, she looks you over and says, "And you, young lady, are more than you appear to be."
Possibly.
Interesting. Very interesting that you come here at this time. I need both of you all to make Constitution saves.
Oh, great. I was gonna say I wanted to smell the tea before I drank it.
Oh, I hadn't drinking anything. I just took the tea.
And so, well, unfortunately, when I gave it to you, I was assuming that you were drinking. So, yeah. So, Apton, you start to feel extremely drowsy. Athena, it has the opposite reaction on you, and you realize that there is a problem. As you sip the tea and take a bite of one of the tarts, you realize that there is something wrong. But Apton is slowly losing consciousness and starts
nudging him to try and keep him awake.
And as you do so, he slumps forward and his head hits his chest. And you look over at Siriana, and she's sitting in this chair, and now she starts to change.
Seems like you're more than you appear to be, too.
And then and in a voice that does not sound as she said before, "You're right. I am more." And
it is a mimic.
And you see now Rufus also starts to change. And
Where's the dog, man?
yeah, and both of these creatures are now standing literally over you as you throw down your tea. And I need to know what you are planning on doing. I mean, they're literally changing before your eyes.
I know what they are.
You realize that they are some sort of shape-shifting creature, but you have never seen anything like this before. It is definitely some sort of arcane magics that are being used. And just as all of this is going down, there's a knock. There's a knock on the door.
Oh, thank God!
And both of their heads snap to the door as soon as it happens. And you're like, so what are you going to do?
I'm going to pick up the mouse and we're run to the door and open it. I'm like, throw the mouse over my shoulder or have him under my arm or something.
Okay, so you you grab the mouse and you dart for the door. And as you do, you can actually you can hear furniture being turned over as they try to reach out and grab you. I need you to make a reflex save. DC 16. Oh God.
Wait, there's no
It's
reflex?
dexterity.
Yeah, dexterity. Reflex. Yeah, sorry. Oh shit. Okay, yeah.
Right.
So she actually vaults over a chair with you in her arms and nails this door at a quick run. And you throw the door open, and standing in front of you is this little half-elven guy. who has like this surprised look on his face, just as surprised as your look is on your face. And he's standing there holding the reins to what you consider probably just a pony for the most part. And sitting on this pony is a halfling. And everybody looks at you. You look at them, and you can hear all hell breaking loose behind you.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I'm gonna say run. And don't drink the tea. And then
Right.
find our horses.
Okay, so you run, and you had tied off your horses to a hitching post, probably no more than 15 feet away, and you throw. I need you to go ahead and make another Constitution save with disadvantage because you've been kind of poisoned. You've been drugged more than anything. Okay.
Well, that's a sleepy.
Yeah, so you don't even realize what's actually happening to you. You're just being bounced around. I need Athena to make a wisdom check, just to see if you are planning on trying to unhitch both horses, or are you just throwing him on with you and grabbing one horse and running?
Can I just place the reins of the other one?
Well, that's why I'm having you do the wisdom to see if you are of thought to do that. If you're not panicking. Yeah.
It is saving?
Yeah, 15 wisdom. You have to beat a 15 wisdom. Damn. Okay, so she throws herself into the saddle with you across across the neck of her horse, reaches out with her foot, unhitches your horse, kicks the rein up, grabs it, and you are literally like the wind. And you look behind you, and as you do, these creatures descend upon this half-elf and his halfling charge. And you hear screams, and it's to a point where you don't really want to look back. But do you?
I told them to run!
Well, you caught them off guard, and you bolted past them, but they were not fast enough to get away from the creatures that were inside this little house.
Well, I am not looking back because I warned them
lucky
to
I'm
run.
asleep right now, man. I would have burned through my last 2 level 3 spells to fuck those guys up.
If you were awake, I'd have stayed and fought. But you were...
You could have thrown me on the ground and fought.
Nope, we're out of here.
Oh my god, coward.
Yep.
Okay, so
There were two humongous guys, and you were out. So I was...
So you were literally flying up this road as fast as your horses can carry you. And you don't even dare look back, and you can hear the screams finally dying in the forest as you get further and further away, using your night vision to make sure your path is clear. And you travel until your horses are literally spent. I mean, you were like scared. You had never seen anything like that. Apton, I need you to go ahead and make another Constitution, and just a regular. You don't have to do disadvantage. Woo, you still asleep, boy.
I'm gonna shake him a little bit. Wake up!
Gonna shake him like a British nanny. That was uncalled for. I'm sorry. Okay, so your horses are now at just a light trot, and you finally are able to find just a wide section of the road that has a nice shoulder that you think would probably be safe enough to maybe stop for, to water the horses, maybe also get some water for yourself, and see if you can actually splash some water on Apton to wake him.
Okay.
Okay, so you tend to the horses, you get them to a point where they're not as riled as they were when you first left. You yourself take a drink, and you feel better, and then you splash some water onto Apton to see if there's a way that you can rouse him from his deep his deep sleep. So, Apton, you can roll once again with advantage. Nice. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad it wasn't disadvantage.
Finally wake up.
Yeah. He groggily comes to, and he is like he's very unsure of where he is at first. He's very disoriented. Whatever was in this, either the tea or the tarts, it had a very adverse effect on him. And Apton, what you remember last was actually taking a bite of one of the apple tarts, and everything just kind of swam for just a brief moment, and now you wake up kind of covered in your faces. It kind of feels like you're being waterboarded on the side of the road by your friend Athena.
Stop me, mother.
So
I'm
you're
gonna
not
look at what happened.
You were supposed to smell the food and tea before you eat. You should know that. You're a mouse.
I did.
Well, you didn't smell very good because they were drugged. And then those two things turned into things I don't even know what they were and took off. Because you weren't there to do your electrical stuff. So
Apton, I would like for you to make a intelligence check. Just make an intelligence roll. Okay, so I think that's probably good enough. And you're sitting there as you're listening to Athena tell the tale of these creatures as they shifted into a different form. You have this idea that maybe because of their shifter abilities, that the poison or the drug that they had slipped to you may or may not have had a actual reaction against other shifter types. And that is why Athena was spared.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed.
Anyways,
they
Anywho,
were big and bad and
I'm not telling her this. She ran away like a coward.
well, screw you.
yeah.
That'd be a weird baby.
Did you also share with him the plight of the half elf in his?
I was about to.
Oh, you were about to.
I was just about to say, and one of the reasons we got away is because somebody knocked on the door. And as I ran out, I told them to run, but they didn't run fast enough.
Why didn't you stay and fight?
Because you were not awake.
You are more than capable enough to stand up and fight for yourself. I may have come around.
I was outnumbered, and I didn't want to risk it.
You should have fought. And because you didn't, two innocent, possibly innocent people have died for no cause.
I died anyway.
You don't know that.
If they would have come to that house and we weren't there, they'd have died anyway.
But maybe it was fate's the way we ended up where we did. How far away are we?
You all traveled probably a good 8 miles. I mean, you ran those horses till there was lather, is probably the best way to put it. And I mean, Athena was so shaken by the situation, and also by seeing how quickly you dropped from this drug, that yeah. Nice chat addition, Athena.
Are you saying you want to go back?
I would, but the horses are beat to shit and we're 8 miles away. Anyhow.
Anywho, okay. So, what are you planning on doing? It is now deep into, it's getting deeper into the night. You, like I said, you do have some, a little bit of a clearing off to the side, but you're not really too sure what else to do at this point in time. Of course, you still have, gear that you could set up a makeshift, like a two-person tent, so that you could actually sleep. But then again, the sounds of the forest are very unsettling, and you can still see Athena is a little bit still maybe not shaken, but still very, very on alert. And then anytime she hears anything, you see her face that direction very, very quickly.
So where about are we on the map?
Where are you indeed? So you actually are right here in this area at that, a little bit past that crossroad, because that is where you found the
drug shack.
That's where you found the crack house. Yeah. And so that road takes you to Vorbeek Hill, and this one, of course, takes you up to the north and closer to your mission.
Am I crazy? Or was that further north where the mouse camp was?
The mouse camp? You mean like the mouse, the mouse homeland?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll show you where that's at. That is no problem at all, sir. This forested area here is the Bernial Forest. This is your actual home stomping grounds. You have actually been to you've been to the Druidic Circle. You've actually your people are from this forested land, actually above the wolf nomad barbarians that you actually are seeking. See, you guys are heading here to the Velvet Empire to see the Velvet Queen. Y'all are actually getting closer and closer. You're like here, and it is up here.
That's still a long ways away.
It is still. Well, you got to think. Let's see. You guys started in Greyhawk, which is right here. And you are now right here. That's a pretty long haul.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. All right.
I'm going to ask Athena, do you think you are able to keep riding or no?
I'm not the one that's tired.
So you're not... I mean, how long have we been up? We've been up since we left Amaorial, right?
Yeah, it's been well over, probably getting closer to probably close to 15 hours. You all are dragging.
So we need to rest.
We're gonna rest out here, though. We're gonna need to do it in shifts.
Right.
And I'll take first shift, because apparently I'm still quite alert.
Yeah, you're running on an adrenaline spike.
Yeah, but that doesn't last for 8 hours.
True.
So we think it's becoming day?
You believe that right now you are probably at about 2 or 2:30 in the morning.
All right. Well, if you want, we can try taking rests now. If you think you can stay up for 8 hours, I will climb up into a tree and rest. And then after that, you can rest, and I'll stay up in the tree and watch over.
Okay. You want to do a whole 16-hour rest?
I mean, I need the 8 hours for my spells to reset.
Okay.
I mean, a short rest is only an hour. And I don't know. A short rest is period downtime does nothing more strenuous than eating, draining, rest, trying to recover. I don't know if. Oh, it's 6 hours for at least 8 hours long, during which a character sleeps for at least 6 hours and performs no more than 2 hours of light activities such as reading, talking, eating, or standing watch.
So you can sleep for 6, and then I can sleep for 6, and then it's only
12. So then we'd be leaving at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So we can go ahead and do that.
Okay. So you, I guess, tie up your horses as best as possible. And are you finding a place in a tree or?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and sleep up above the horses.
Okay.
But you know what though? I don't need a long rest. If you want, I can just take like a few hour nap, so that we're not waiting until 2 o'clock in the afternoon to leave.
That's fine with me. I just need to get some CBs.
Right. So you get some sleepies while I work on getting rid of this adrenaline rush.
Okay, I take CP.
Okay. So, yeah, you go ahead and do that. You find yourself.
Apparently I swallow a bug.
Oh no. Yeah, you find yourself, Apton. You find yourself a nice sort of a fork in a tree right there, a branch, so you can lean up against the actual tree itself. You throw a light blanket over you, and you slip back into almost kind of a drug-helped slumber. It doesn't take you long to fall into that deep sleep. Athena, it takes you a while to finally calm down. In your mind, you're thinking about the half elf and the halfling that you left behind. And you're wondering what happened, but then again, you're trying to close it out of your mind. You are just so, it was just such a shocking situation, and you're not really too sure how to process it as well. And now you almost kind of think, gosh, it's a shame, I didn't know more about those creatures. But finally, you're able to come down off of that adrenaline spike. But it takes a few hours to do so.
We should go back and get more of those drugs then.
Break into the house. Yeah. So.
See that look he gave me? Woo.
She'll go back for drugs, but she won't go back to save people.
I
Ouch.
go back to stay phone, but they're done.
Just like Ricky, leaving me to die in the frickin' phasmophobia.
Damn. Damn.
He left. He had a smudge stick, and like as soon as the ghost hunted, he immediately frickin' ran and hid in a closet. And I'm like standing there with a camera, like, bruh.
That's great. Okay. So, yeah, you stay up for a few more hours, Athena, until you get to a point where you feel that your eyes are so heavy that you just cannot keep them open any longer. And so you're going to wake Apton to...
Yeah.
Okay.
Has it been his 6 hours?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, you were able to stay awake at least for another 6. Like I said, with those thoughts running through your head and that adrenaline, it definitely kept you. But as soon as Apton wakes and you find a place to settle down, sleep takes you very, very quickly. You're just exhausted, and you fall into a much needed slumber. And so, Apton, you're sitting there kind of looking out. You check on the horses real quick. You check on your gear, making sure everything is ready if you have to make a speedy getaway. And you pass the next few hours allowing Athena to get a decent, albeit it's not a extremely long rest, but at least enough to be able to save her from any effects of exhaustion. Is there anything that you wanted to do while you were up and waiting? Is there something you needed to...
I will pray to Cord for her cowardice and ask for her to become stronger willed and more competent and trusting in her abilities, and pray for those 2 poor innocent people who died for no just cause.
Okay.
He's rubbing it in.
Shut up, you're asleep, bitch.
Shut up, you're asleep, bitch. Wow. Okay. So, yes, as you are kneeling there, penitent, and talking with your deity, you hear a light shuffle to your right across the road.
Is it a truffle shuffle?
No. And as
I
you
will see if I can check it out without giving away my position.
Okay. And you just look up and sort of look around one of the trees there on the side that was kind of hiding you from the road so that you wouldn't be easily seen. You see a large, majestic elk standing on the road, sort of eyeing you a little bit, sniffing. And it makes eye contact with you. And you just had this overwhelming feeling that, as you were talking with Cord before, this may have actually is such a powerful beast. It is just absolutely rippling. And you're thinking, this is a sign that Cord is definitely with me and he is following me. And as you hear another noise a little bit, and you look away very quickly, but by the time you look back, just a flash, just a second, the elk is no longer there.
I thought you were going to say somebody was about to shoot it. I was like, you're going to have me jump in front of an arrow for an elk, but okay.
Well, that would have been fun. Alrighty, and so I think this is probably a good enough place to stop for the evening. I think this is good. So, wow, you guys had an interesting evening all the way around, I think.
Yeah, I still got to make Apton Real a place now.
After real a place.
I've been fine with them banishing me, but they done stole my shit.
Yeah, it was all of your wealth was confiscated. That was pretty sad, I know. But as Ricky put it in chat, said, "Yes, this is a fitting punishment."
Be a fitting punishment when I fit this fucking foot up their ass.
Oh my gosh. So I'd like to thank everybody who dropped by this evening. I saw earlier that we were rated a couple of times, which was really, really wonderful. And thank you so much for the raids and the hosting and just reaching out to us and following. It means a lot, and it definitely says that what we're doing here is valued, and we enjoy doing it. We also enjoy putting on a show every once in a while when we're being chased through hallways by ghosts on Phasmophobia and other games. So before we do anything, I want to make sure that you guys see, if you get a chance, to please go and visit Shane's channel as well. So I'm going to make sure that I did this right. And I think I did. Yay! I think I did it. Yay! So yeah, make sure to drop by Rishiku's and see him and watch all the crazy stuff that he and Christy get into. Nobody died. I'm sorry, Ricky. I know that you were really kind of hoping that somebody was going to,
A halfling died, and half-elf.
And a half elf, yeah, that is true. There were some things that died. The Revenant
They
was.
sacrificed themselves so that we could get away.
That's right. Yeah, they actually slowed them down. If those people had not been at the door, who knows what would have happened to our intrepid
I don't think they
adventurers.
sacrificed themselves. You sacrificed themselves.
I sacrificed themselves?
No, Christy sacrificed themselves.
Christy was the one who sold them out to this never
I warned them.
this never-ending torment.
I warned them.
So yeah, yes, but So thank you very much for dropping by. Make sure to check out Rishiku, and also there are other people who are in our chat who are just magnificent streamers. Make sure to also look in on them as well. Share the love. Throw out some follows if you don't mind. Make sure to drop by and see Anna B. Meyer on both her stream and also her website. You can find her at annabmeyer.com, and I'm sure she has a link there to her Patreon. I'm trying to think of all the people that we need to thank. I'd like to thank my players who spent the time to come on here this evening and were very, very instrumental in making this happen. And they were also very patient while right before we were about ready to go live, I reached over and, as fate would have it, I turned off my my surge protector, which killed everything. And so I was able to quickly get this back up and running. I know we were running probably about 10 minutes late, but you know what? We did it. We did it, and we're glad that you were able to do it with us.
Tonight's episode was sponsored by DT Night Night Pills. They make you go slumber.
Everybody have a good night. Thanks again.
You too.
Mm-hmm.